What's up, YouTube? I'm a raw dude. I give raw info, raise awareness, and I talk about any topic. I'm not one-minded, and I do what benefits me. And I base everything off experience, not science. So you can leave your experience in the feeling box below, or the experience box. Contact me further if you have any topics or like to discuss something. It'll be inspiring. So, it's Fizz. What up, snappers? I want to talk about how it's gonna rain. I want to talk about gay people, lesbians, and transgender people, and how I had love for all of them. Genuine love, and I don't discriminate between any one of them, and I don't think people should be bullying them or judging them or anything along those lines. And I think we should accept these people for who they are. And if the person truly wants to do something they want to do, then let it be. If the person wants to be gay, then let them be gay, whether that's lesbian or guy on guy or transgender. And I just want to say I have love for all people, and for these people, none excluded, and everyone included. Yeah, so, just in case, I don't know, somebody sees this or wanted to know on the channel, or it just makes them feel better in general. Also, I don't have nothing against it, but I just want to say, of course, there's stuff you can experience and try for yourself, but the only one that I'd like to touch on, I guess we're going to turn around, back to the bat cave. The transgender people, this is the only one. Now, it's not that I have nothing against, but to these people, whether you know somebody or they're seeing this, they should really question why they want to change their whole gender. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I feel like you were made a certain way, and you should accept who you are, even if that is, changing your physical makeup, genetic makeup. If you feel like you have to, and that's fine if that's what you really want to do. But this is the only thing that I have to say, or would have to say, on something amongst this, is because you were born this way. You were born a male. So if you like males, that's fine. And if you like girls, sure. But if you're a male and you want to change your sexuality, which I had no thought of and I've never really thought about, but it doesn't matter because it's an experience and a feeling. And that's just saying, like, if you really want to do it, and go for it, but make sure you question why you do it and why you really want to do it, and give yourself some thought and time and run into it. Because, like, I guess, I don't know if you could go back, but I imagine maybe you could. But one, like, are you just, most people would just say, let's just talk about some of the vulnerabilities. Maybe you're insecure, maybe you've been bullied, you just don't like your physical appearance. You don't have to change your sexuality. And usually, I guess, when people do this, if they were a guy and wanted to be a girl, they just don't like their body parts, which is just something physical, and you can transcend and look past the physical. It's not rocket science. It's just a feeling and also a perspective intertwining each other. So that light's super bright. Looks nice. And you most likely are just like insecure about yourself and what's going on. I understand there's a lot of people bullying, like I said, that don't, or against it or whatever. And this is more so for, well, this is for everybody. But I was just touching on this fact that changing your physical appearance, I would imagine that's why someone would do it. Because if you did want to change your mentality, or, you know, up your estrogen, I guess that's what it would be. That would be like the chemical and beyond the physical. And who said, it's just like you were born a certain way. So if you're a guy and you want to act like a girl or act resemblance of a girl, I mean, that's fine. You don't have to change your physicality to do that. And you don't have to take whatever else they're injecting or pills they're promoting and putting in you. It's super unnatural for that, for the to do all that other stuff. So you don't need that. That's why I'm saying, like, to actually change the physicality of yourself is just a whole different aspect beyond like being gay or lesbian. Yeah, but if you want to change something, I mean, if you're all for it and really want to do it, hey, and I support you. And I'm just saying, question why you really want to do it, because it's usually a fact of insecurity and people making fun of you or bullying you, and just changing your perspective. You can be however you want to be without changing your physical appearance. I don't know the depths of it, whether cutting off, you know, your piece of friggin' hard salami down there. I don't know. I mean, I imagine that's what they do, but I definitely never done it, and I don't know really too much about it, and I don't want to say I don't care, but that really pertain to me and interest me in that way. I just want to say I feel for people that like girls and guys like guys. And I understand, especially like people, like guys who hang around guys, and I can give this, I know it's the same for girls, but kind of in a different aspect, but somewhat touching on the same basis at the same time. Guys, you know, when they're around each other and stuff, they always trying to up each other and act like assholes, bully each other, and make fun of each other non-stop. That's the problem. They do it non-stop, and I've been through it throughout my whole childhood. They just do it acting cool and out of spite. Maybe they weren't raised right. This is how their father taught them. This is what they see on the TV portrayed, the media, the models, the movies. Shirt actually looks a little cooler with the raindrops, how they fell on there. But they just, and it's the same with females, I know it is, they just go after each other non-stop. It's not like, oh yeah, you made fun of him. No, they just keep going. It's like their whole mentality is to go after and make fun of him, bully. And this is beyond just but this is why someone might want to be gay or be insecure about themselves or not think about their physical appearance, especially being called ugly or being pointed out about some type of feature on your body or things amongst those lines, which nobody should be doing anyway, because that's just going to make someone feel bad, and that's just a negative result. That's all there is, really. But you can make something positive out of it, and you can look beyond that. I was just touching upon base of why people, again, might feel insecure about themselves, might want to turn gay or change their sexuality. And especially if girls, I mean, they both have it hard, because guys have to live up to this expectation of being like whatever, strong, super masculine, no emotional, Spartan soldier, taking cold showers and being super aggressive and angry and showing all these physical and mental aspects to the thing, as men's not to express his emotions or anything like that. But that's actually what makes the human being, and especially a man. Same with women. I know they always got to be bitches about each other and gossip behind, though this is with everybody. They got to gossip behind everybody, and they got to look flawless. They got to have all this makeup. Meanwhile, the makeup's just deterring what you really look like. It's like wearing a mask all the time. And there is, for like rituals and playing dress up, sure, and if you actually like it, it's fine. But just imagine me walking around with, let's just say, a scream mask all the time. This is what you would see me as, even though it's as funny and sounds a little bizarre. It's technically what anybody that wears makeup is doing all the time. Yeah, and if I might, this is a little side note, I might look a little tired or something, and that's because, well, I was going to fast, basically, and I actually did I only slept for a couple hours this morning, then I slept more because I decided I'm just going to fast and basically sit on my ass and didn't have any energy. Also, I wasn't eating, and I'm also recovering and trying to heal too from mercury fillings and veganism, but in just a lifetime of things. But those are more recent, real recent actually. And I woke up at 6, so I don't look drastically tired, but that looks tired. You just don't see it. I just basically overslept on purpose in a way, even though I woke up a couple times. Though it doesn't look that bad, but when you get like right there, just in case you're like noticing. But I actually feel really great though, other than the fact I was about to starve myself. And again, with the girls, they just imagine wearing a mask all the time. And I understand there is people in Indian tribes and indigenous tribes that they do actually put on like masks and wear them primarily a lot of the time. It's whether it's head stuff on their heads and like dirt or some type of material that kind of looks like what the football players use, but they're not using anything that's like artificial, and they're not using like all this makeup, the powder. They're not, their way of expression, which I guess that's what culture is, but their way of expression is completely different. Usually they're honoring something and it's a ritual, and they're not necessarily, they do it to make what their, I mean, everyone's idea is what beautiful is. It's different, of course, but when you like promote and everyone looks flawless, especially in the magazines, and they're editing all this stuff, it's not even realistic, but people, they're shoved in their faces and they're stunned by it, and it does look real because they see it on a magazine. But when you see this person in real life, especially without the makeup, they don't look like it, and it's completely distorted from real life of what the actual picture is. And that goes with anything in the media, the magazines, and the pictures. And it's really crazy. So yeah, I could see why girls try to, and not everyone looks alike, and we all different ethnics from cultures and different ways of thinking what beautiful is, and we come from different places and climates, so we all look different. But when you see maybe like a Playboy model, whatever that is, what it would be, you know, she has a bunch of makeup, she's in a bathing suit already, which they force you to wear clothes anyway, or well, it's pretty much illegal not to. And they, you know, they're in a bathing suit, they have probably makeup on, the cameras are probably top notch, the lighting's probably ridiculous, as in it's fictional and it's not real, it's made up, and they have a bunch of lighting in, and then they, like I said, have makeup on. And then this girl, yeah, there might be one in a million or one in a few that naturally looks super good or whatever, because what someone thinks beautiful is completely different to the next person. And also, like, they're gonna like distort her body images, they're gonna enlarge some things. They're gonna and they search for this girl and went and looked for this girl, or maybe this girl tried her heart off, and this girl probably been through a lot of shit too to get there. And like I said, she probably has makeup on, she's in a bathing suit already, the lighting is artificial and crazy, it's ridiculous, they're trying to blow it. It's already blow. It's not even real. It's unrealistic and it's artificial. But they're trying to even blow it more. They're just taking it to extremes. It's like watching a movie that's animated and doing all this other things. And again, not everyone's gonna look at this girl because this girl is specific to herself, and she looks the way she looks because she's her own individual self, and she's gonna look that way. And that's nothing to compare yourself to, and you shouldn't compare yourself to anyone anyway. And again, an Asian girl is not going to look like a Norwegian. I don't even know what the first one says. An Asian girl is not going to look like, in no physical aspect is she going to look like a Caucasian girl or an African American. Same with the Mexican. They're not going to, or an Eskimo. These people look drastically different, and to put one in image and show they're better, their cultures are completely different, and they look like just different. I'm smelling because all my senses were down, and I finally can smell again and breathe again, and all my feelings were down. Well, yeah, that was true. I couldn't feel anything. I have videos on that. But I'm starting to smell things again, and it feels good to be alive, and I can actually breathe a little bit more. And it's funny because this is how it was before, but now I'm coming back. I got really poisoned and sick. Both of them, which they're pretty much the same. Poison's a little bit different though. Don't get mercury fillings. Not to mention garbage I was eating in my childhood. Yeah, it's just crazy. There's, like I said, an African American. Just think how funny it would be if a white person wanted to see a role model. That may be taken out of context in a word or vocabulary, but let's say they seen him on a cover of whatever Playboy, and everyone was praising him. Well, it's like a white person can't possibly be black. So, I mean, it's good to enrich her beauty, and there's always going to be criticism on either side anyway, but let's accept it and approach it with kindness and love. Where this white person, even an Asian, they're not going to, these people, they're putting, and I know America's a big promoter, people need to look past the appearance, and these people, they don't look like this, and it's blown out of proportion. And like I said, an African American's not going to look like a white girl no matter what. But when you praise this white girl for everything she has, or the media does, or it's just a normal person. So, and same with anybody, a spiritual leader, a president. These people are usually, for the most part, super healthy. For the most part, that's what makes them different, or seem to be, and they get blown out of proportion. No one has no more knowledge than you. You have everything built into you. It's your intuition. You have it. When somebody preaches on YouTube, you might learn the knowledgeable things, and you might learn some things. There's no doubt about it. Science doesn't matter. It's fiction. It's not real. It's just distorted view. You can go eat a salad, and I'm not bouncing off the topic. I'm just being real. You could go eat a salad, and you could feel good. Who cares if science says it has 20 calories in it, and it does this to your body, and it has this many nutrients in it, and this nutrient, and this vitamin, and no, they're just trying to draw you in with attention and more information, and just bombard you with dumb stuff, just like all the stuff you learned in school that you don't even care about or never used outside of it. It's pointless. You never needed it anyway. They're just throwing this knowledge at you that's a bunch of bullshit. Thinking is not even really a good thing, because you don't need to think. Your body reacts just like any wild animal. Animals don't think. We are animals. We could not be anything else. We're all one anyway, and we're all just energy waves, short and long, thick and wide. And these people, it's just ridiculous. Everyone's trying to bombard. I don't care. That's why I don't base anything off of science, because it's not. Science can say whatever they want about. I don't need someone to tell me. I don't need science to tell me what sex does to the body and da-da-da. I can go experience it for myself. I don't need to know all these X and Y chromosomes and what vitamins are in this and that. It's useless. No one even used that before, though. They never needed that. And what I was going to say was something completely crazy, because a lot of the things that there is nothing new on this universe. I'm just going on a tangent now. There is nothing new on this universe. It all already here. Some people just aren't aware of it. It really is. There is nothing new. There is no new facts. there might be once in a while a revolution, something that is revolutionized. Phones aren't new, cars aren't new, and there's things way beyond that that we have that they don't, that we already had and always had, that they don't let us have and or know about. It doesn't really matter, but it's all already here. It is true. It definitely is. So yeah, I just want to say, snappers, don't let people judge you, and don't judge other people, and accept them for all. Beauty is in everybody, and I have love for everybody, and I accept and love gay people, lesbians, and the transgenders. And if you are going to do something, live it up, and don't be afraid, and be who you want to be, and speak your mind. Don't let other people tear you down, because ultimately they're just tearing themselves down. They're insecure about you. But being a gay person or a lesbian, you know, some people approach lesbians like, oh yeah, that's so hot, but when they see gay guys or something, that they look down upon or something like that. There's all these ups and downs, but it's really just neutral, and people are just seeing it, you know, out of their eyes. And people say one thing but don't really mean it, and completely mean the other. Which is ridiculous. And I'm just here to spread love and raise awareness. And like I said, it doesn't matter, because even me being me, I got bullied all the time, made fun of for, and this has nothing to do with freaking me liking girls, and I don't, you know what I mean, nothing against gay people, like I said, but I don't like guys. I don't, just not that attraction. But it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, the point of me saying this, people, they're not, like, I was getting made fun of, bullied for all these other things. People, I meant to say this a little earlier about the models on the magazines and stuff. They'll find a littlest imperfection, because whatever they think, whatever stands out to them, whether it could be good or bad, that's what they're going to notice. Everybody notices something a little bit different, and it just seems to be the flaws stand out. I could have a perfect body and stuff, but people could see like the tooth that I have messed up, and they could just point that out and be like, oh, that's what I hate them for, that's what I don't like. Because it's easier to hate than to love. And people are so used to discrimination, a lot of them are raised on it, especially in the environment and the way the media portrays on you, to judge people, and for this act of perfection that's actually not real at all, and artificial, and just not taught anything, and a loss of connection of nature. So it's just really crazy. Don't let these people judge you for anything. And I can't imagine that like, you know, it'd be harder for a girl to like another girl and come open about it, and especially a guy for another guy, or even transgender. I understand where these people might feel they get judged or insecure. I feel them. I mean, it happens to me, and I'm not any one of those. Any one of those, though. I support them and I accept them, and I'm not judging them. And like I said, I support. But it's just crazy. I could imagine the hate and the scrutiny they get for this, which that's even ridiculous. And religion can go fuck itself. Though I was never in a religion, and I don't know nothing about any of it. But I'm only saying this because they always scrutinize between heaven's here, hell's here, this is good, you're sinning, you can't have sex till now, you can't like another guy, yada yada yada. That's crazy. You're listening from a book. You should never listen to a book. Unless you absolutely want to. But that's just discrimination against everything. Racist in itself, and biased. So yeah, just let people be themselves. And sometimes when you infuse, I have a video on this on one of my videos, when you infuse a lot of different cultures in a super close location from different parts of the world and ethnicities, they, you know, they're gonna they don't know how to react, especially when it's more profound and more new and they aren't used to it. they don't know about, especially some people, some do, about scrutinization and how to judge these other people and what to think and how to act. And especially being in, urban areas and not knowing, and being forced upon all these crazy things and ideals. I'm just gonna end the video there because this is a long video. So that's it, snappers. It's Fizz. Sub to the channel. Give me a thumbs up if you have love for everybody and you support everybody. You're not gonna judge, and say you're not gonna judge, but then go and judge. Or I actually meant the opposite. That. Give me a thumbs down if you are gonna judge people and think you rule everyone and think you're the master and better than everyone else. Tell me your experience and your thoughts below. Let me know how you feel about it in the feeling box. You can contact me for further. I will talk about any topic. I don't have any limitations, and it'd be inspiring. I hope this inspires you and raises awareness. I give a raw dude. I give a raw dude. I am a raw dude, and I give raw info. Thanks for tuning in. I know we did bounce from subject to subject, kind of off, but they are related. But yeah, that's all I have to say. So live your life and be you, and don't be afraid to express yourself. If you are going to be gay, hence the lesbian, whatever, experience it, live up to it, and don't be afraid to express yourself. Be how you want to be. Be true you. If some other people ain't digging you, then get away from them or tell them how you really feel. But still, it's not your. You can tell somebody how you feel, but that's not going to change them, and definitely not change how they feel about you. So, for the most part, because most people are stubborn as hell, unlike a brick wall, you're just never going to move. You just have to demolish it, and usually get away from it. And a lot of the people are judgmental, and haters. So, put up with it and get away from it. And tell them how you feel. Don't try to change them, because it's not going to happen unless they're willing to. Have a nice day.